So guys, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about your possible 9-to-5 job that you might have. You know, a 9-to-5, it can serve you for some period of time. It's going to have to at some point. Not every 9-to-5 is the worst thing in the world. Not every 9-to-5 is a horror story. But you don't want to be the individual that lives your life every single day for the rest of your life up until you're 60, 65, 70, working a 9-to-5. If that's you, if this is how it has happened, unless maybe you're a doctor or something like that, because that's a pretty good job, and it could be fulfilling. But if that's you and you work a 9-to-5 way too late in your life, I promise you, you will not even come close to reaching your potential. I would agree on using a 9-to-5 to fuel your everyday life. But the harder you work outside of your 9-to-5 is going to get you closer and closer and closer to leaving that 9-to-5 as young as humanly possible. So my advice for the 9-to-5 workers is to work extremely hard, be extremely dedicated outside of your 9-to-5 job, and you'll be able to leave your 9-to-5 job. You'll be able to live life on your terms, doing the things you want to do with people who you want to do it with, because when you go to your 9-to-5, and some people don't even hate the 9-to-5, which is honestly really good. But when you look at percentage wise, most people don't like their jobs. Most people don't like their 9-to-5. So if that is you, you have to use that to keep yourself going, and you have to work extremely hard outside of your 9-to-5 so you can leave your 9-to-5, so you can reach your potential. That is how it works. Like, I'm pretty sure the last time I worked a 9-to-5, I was 19 years old. Like, I helped a guy that I know with carpentry, but that was on my terms. I was absolutely making my own money, doing my own thing. I didn't have to go. I decided to go. And I actually like to do that kind of work, bro. Like, I'm not a lazy person. Like, look at me, for God's sakes. Like, I get down, bro. I could work 12 hours just lugging wood around, bro, doing the craziest stuff. Like, I don't not work a 9-to-5 because I'm lazy. I like to not work a 9-to-5 because I don't like to be forced to go places I don't want to go all the time. Having the freedom to be able to do what you want on your own terms actually makes you want to go and work some side job with some other person even more, because you don't have to. There's something psychological about it, bro. It's like, you know what? I wouldn't want to make this my thing every day, but the fact that I have a choice and I can go what I want, I can do what I want. If I want to go work a carpentry job, I can do it. If I want to paint some home, I can do it. Bro, that kind of stuff, to me, it's actually fun. Like, I enjoy it. I like to do those things. But would I want that to be my path? Would I want to be a carpenter? No. Because now you're kind of stuck, like, being a carpenter. I don't want to be a full-time carpenter. I don't want to be a full-time painter. I don't want to be a full-time anything to do with that. I want to be a full-time on my path and purpose. And if I want to do a little bit of work in those fields, I can, by choice. That's the position you want to be in. And it's actually very valuable to learn new skills. I learned so much over the past 2.5 years working with one carpenter that I know, just me and him. Drinking some coffees, listening to tunes, laughing, going on, building certain things. We built 2 homes and 2 cottages from scratch. there was valuable lessons involved, like that kind of stuff, bro. I love that kind of stuff. And I never even knew I did until I went and did it. I took the opportunity. I got asked, let's find out. So, you want to be on your terms. That's the whole point of this video, is to tell you guys, like, don't trip because you're working a 9 to 5 right now. But you know what, if you're getting on the older side and you're not working hard outside of your 9 to 5, you should probably start tripping a little bit, because you got to get your ass in gear, brother. You got to get your ass in gear if you want to live out your potential. If you want to live life on your terms, if you want to have the best life ever. Because there's far too many people, bro, even around my age, a little bit younger, bro, they're not doing nearly enough. And they're too arrogant to learn from me. They watch everything I do, but they don't want to learn. They don't want to do anything because they're arrogant. They don't understand how the world works. They want a better life. They want to do different things, but guess what? They're never going to be able to, because they can't kick their ass into gear. They don't get it enough. Most of the time, it's people's own arrogance that holds them back. Confidence is not arrogance. Arrogance is literally stupidity, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people is outright dumb. Like dumb. You get what you got because you're dumb. You have to be smarter. You have to work smarter. That's what it comes down to. A lot of things in my own life, I got lots of good advice from some of the most successful people on the planet, just on the likes of YouTube and other places like that, and books. But I learned a lot on my own, bro. Like I did a lot of things. I tried a lot of things. I did a lot of things. I taught myself so much through failure, through the ups, the downs. Like I taught myself so many things through action. And you try new things, you put your energy into new things, bro. That's never going to be a negative. It's always going to be a positive. Like I put a couple years into like MMA and boxing and stuff like that. That was absolutely not a negative. And I could even fight before that. And I learned new things, sparring with Canadian national gold medalists. You learn something in there, let me tell you that. Get your ass beat. I could barely even touch those guys, man. It's like, it's not that I wasn't as strong as them. I was stronger than them, but I couldn't touch them. I couldn't hit them. They're too fast. Their timing is too on. I didn't have the timing because I didn't box all the time. They had the time. Like, it's like their punches were coming and I could see it, but I could not move out of the way. It's like, wow, this is crazy. Like, shit's a lot harder than you think until you do certain things. Some things might be easier than you think, and some things are harder than you think. And you never know until you try. So that's why I always tell people to try so many things, do so many things. If you don't, you're only holding yourself back. You're only holding back your own potential. Sometimes you got to be scared and you got to try something new. You're a human being. Like, a lot of you guys are just lucky that we're living in today's time, because, bro, if this was 10,000 years ago, we could walk out of our doors and someone could be riding on a damn horse with a knife, with a machete, and slice our heads off. Like, bro, live a little. Try some new shit. Bleed a little bit. Go jump off a roof and see if you survive. Go and do something crazy, bro. Like doing things that's painful will make you better. If it don't kill you, makes you stronger. Now, don't actually go jump off a roof, but you just get the point, man. You just get the point. Like, I was not like, bro, I did the scarier things. Like, some of the scariest shit you can do is fight people that can fight. Like professionals. Like champs. Tell me otherwise. That's some of the scarier stuff you can do, bro, because they are lethal weapons. So when you get in there and you take the beatings and the lickings, bro, it does something to you. Like, bro, one of these guys in the boxing club in 2019, he put it on me. Like the year before COVID, he put it on me. And I survived, bro. These guys didn't knock me down once. They didn't make me stop. Like, I went through the whole rounds. And they tried. but I wasn't going nowhere. I was in shape. And I could fight to a degree, but these guys are just next level. But they still couldn't finish me. I was cut up a bit, marked up a bit. There was marks on my face, blood, a little bit of a black eye, a little bit of a shiner. I walked out of that gym feeling amazing. My confidence was through the roof from getting hit, from surviving. Like when you go through stressful experiences, when you go through stuff like that, bro, it makes you appreciate life. It makes you appreciate your peace more. If you're just in peace all the time, you're not going to appreciate it. You got to put yourself through some battle to appreciate the peace, if that makes sense. So do some hard things, bro. Like try new things, do new things, do the things that you're good at. If you try things and you're not good at it, just stop. And the things that you try and you're good at, deeply pursue, and eventually you're going to find out what you're made for. But bro, people are so terrified to put themselves out there to try new things. You have to get rid of that. You have to get rid of looking like a winner 24/7, and you have to be able to lose. Every time you lose, you're closer to getting W's, to getting wins. So everybody, bro, like working a 9 to 5 is not an L 100% of the time. But for most of the world, it is. It really is for most of the world. They don't want to be doing it. People trap themselves, bro. People put themselves in positions where they're literally trapped. They don't have a choice. When you live that way, you can't reach your potential. It's impossible. You're not actually doing your best. You're doing just enough. That's all it is. So you have to wait. That beast that's inside of you has to wake up. You can do it, bro. Like you can wake up that beast inside of you and you can start to thrive. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to thrive yourself before anything even happens to you that you feel like you're actually thriving. Like you have to make shit work. You have to make shit happen. You got to try. Really hard. You got to go for things, bro. If you don't, you're always going to be stuck in that cycle. You're always going to be stuck in that rat race 9 to 5 cycle. And the sooner you start to wake up and realize that you have a lot inside that you can give to the world is when your life is going to change. But you have to give so much of yourself all the time. Like, bro, like, think of how much further ahead you would be right now if you're still at that 9 to 5, if you use the last 5 to 10 years of your time, with all that extra time you had in the run of a day, outside of your sleep, outside of your 9 to 5, where you would be right now. Don't beat yourself up over it too much, because that's useless. Just start to do what's right now. Because I'm telling you full well, chosen ones are not meant to work a 9 to 5 forever. Every chosen one has worked a 9 to 5. You have to use that as leverage to escape the matrix, which is the controlled reality. You don't want to be controlled. You don't want to be in a position where you're being controlled. You have to be here at this time. You have to be there at that time. Bro, I can't even stand going to the dentist for 2 p.m. Like, it's just like, I like to do things on my time, like all the time. That's how I like to do things. I can't even stand going to appointments. Like when I get my hair cut, I don't have a set time. I go and show up for my haircut whenever I want to. I don't book ahead of time. I don't book on a schedule. I just go there and I get it done. When it comes to the dentist, when it comes to the hospital, you have to make appointments and you have to show up at a certain time. I don't like it, but you have to. And this is like your job. Like, imagine that every single day of your life. Imagine going to school. We've all been there. I hated it. You got to be here for 8:30, 8:45. Classes start at 8:55. Can't stand it. You leave at 2:55. Drive a bus home. You're home in about 45 minutes to an hour. You're home at 4 p.m. You got from 4 p.m. to about 9 or 10 p.m. and you got to go to bed and do it all again, bro. It's this cycle that we don't want to be in. My potential, I felt so much power and everything else within myself while I was going to school. And I started to become so irritated because I could not operate the way I wanted to operate. And if you feel yourself, if you feel these urges, and this is the best way I can explain it, if you feel these urges within yourself, that you know you have a lot, but you can't operate the way you want, you have to start taking that energy you feel outside of your 9 to 5 and start putting it into certain places and start investing and putting those eggs into baskets that you want to put in. That's what you have to do. And if you don't do it, you're always going to be in that cycle of that 9 to 5. You're going to hate it. And it's going to eat at you over time. It's going to start to eat you, bro. Like, I would rather, like, feel the discomfort and all those things, like trying the new things and stuff like that, rather than just letting my potential just get eaten as the days are going by and the hourglass is poured upside down and the sand's coming down and you're not doing nothing about it. Like, bro, that time that's coming down, you have to be like doing something about it because time is ticking. So once again, man, chosen ones are not meant to work a 9 to 5 forever. The sooner you get out of that cycle, the better. Use any 9 to 5 you have to better further your life. That is what you have to do. You have to use that 9 to 5 to better further your life, which means it fuels the life you currently live, and you work so hard outside of it that you better further it. So the sooner the better. The harder you work, the quicker you get out. And when you start to get on your new path, it just starts to go up from there. It's going to be hard at first, but it is worth it. It's worth going through the trying times. It's worth being doubted. It's worth being looked at weird. It's worth people talking shit. It's worth being overlooked. It's worth it all. And if you look at any successful person on earth, all the stuff they had to go through, Conor McGregor, when he had to cut to 145 pounds to make a 145 pound limit to fight in the UFC, all the times he had to suffer cutting all that weight, all the sparring rounds, the bleeding, the suffering, the putting yourself through crazy shit, through ACL tears, through rehabs, through all that stuff, he said it's worth it. And so did everybody else, and so don't I. It is worth it. It's worth it to go through those times. It's worth it to face disappointments. All that stuff is going to make you stronger in the end, bro. Genuinely. Things might suck at the time. Do you not think it sucked for Conor McGregor cutting all that weight? Do you not think he was on death's door? Go back and look at how he looked cutting 145 pounds. Go to YouTube and type in Conor McGregor 145 pound weight cut. And you let me know if that was the best time of his life. The worst times of his life, I guarantee it. Even when I was in fitness modeling, bro, and cut to 152 pounds, I was suffering. And I'm a little bit bigger than Conor McGregor, so it would have been like the equivalent of me making like 145 pounds. Because I'm a little bit bigger than that dude, genetically. So, going through those times, bro, I'm telling you right now, it is worth it. It is 100% worth it. It's worth it to hustle outside of your 9 to 5 so you can leave the life you don't want, so you can live the life you want because you earned it. It's always worth it, and it'll forever eat at you if you don't get out of it. It 100% will. I don't even know how I managed to not work a 9 to 5 since I was 19. The last one I worked, I remember I took my hairnet off when I was in a fish plant and I threw it aside and I literally walked out. Because I wasn't dealing with nobody's attitude there, including the boss. I wasn't dealing with it. Not doing it. And I got in a fitness model and I got in bodybuilding and all sorts of fitness stuff in itself, and a whole bunch of other good stuff. But if you want to exit your 9 to 5 bad enough, you will. If you don't want to, and it's just good enough for you, sometimes that's what the devil will do to you, bro. He will give you a situation that's just good enough, and you will never reach your potential. You're never going to reach it, because he gave you something that was just good enough. Just good enough. Here you go. Here's this situation. Here's your contract. Just good enough. You could never feel like it's good enough. You can never feel that kind of satisfaction. You have to always know there's more. There's more to do. There's more to learn. There's more to earn. There's more overall. All the time. That's what you have to know. You don't want to look back on your life and be like, damn, I could have done this, I could have done that. This damn sun, bro, is coming right in my face. It's good that this video is almost wrapped up anyways. But you can't be satisfied, bro. There was things that I had that was good, and I let it go. I let it go for purpose. I had easy money coming in. I had easy stuff coming in. Way too easy, bro. Way too easy. I let it go. I had a brand new vehicle in 2017, a brand new GMC Terrain. It's even newer than the vehicle I have right now in 2023. My BMW is a 2014. Still very nice, but I had a brand new 2017 GMC Terrain. I let that go. I let go what was making me a lot of money for my purpose, for a greater good. That's something I don't think I ever mentioned either, but that happened in 2017. And I went through all these trying times, these dark times. And then you eventually pull through. Because God's got you. He sees what you're doing. He sees what you want to do. He's going to bless you. He's going to make it happen. So if you're working your 9 to 5, which chosen ones are not meant to, forever, because there's something that you have. There's something that you have. And if he sees you slacking, he sees you working your 9 to 5 and you're enjoying yourself from the little bit of money you make, guess what? He's going to let that be the narrative. He's going to let you keep living that life. And he's not going to bless you with anything else. Unless you want to bless yourself, he's not going to bless you. You have to have a sense of urgency when you get home from your 9 to 5, or even before your 9 to 5, whatever it might be. You have to be doing things to further better your life. And if you don't, and God's looking down on you and he sees you satisfied, he's not going to bless you with nothing else. This is how it works. So you have to give in order to receive. If you don't give, you don't receive. You have to give so much of yourself. Bro, I've given so much of myself for like 5 years. Like in the past, before anything even came close to happening. We're talking 5 years and like nothing happens. Like nothing significant. Like you have to keep going, you have to keep going, you have to keep going. This is what it is. And if you're satisfied, you're done. If you feel comfortable, if you feel satisfied, you are done. There's levels to it. And if God's looking down on you and he sees you satisfied, he's not going to advance your position. You're going to be stuck in the position that you're currently in. So in order to advance position, in order to go from brown belt to black belt, what do you have to do, folks? You have to put in the rounds. You have to put in the work. You have to start beating black belts. This is how it goes.